Okay, I have it's like a guilty confession that
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Down Once More with Raley and Matt. Today we're going to be talking about the 1997 Disney animated film Hercules. We're mixing it up a little bit. Before we get into that, we are going to do the tried and true vocal warmups, and we're going to bring back pick three. We did it a few episodes ago for the first time on 3 albums for 3 months. And so we got something new for that today. First off, we're going to jump right into it. And Rayleigh, I'm going to let you kick off vocal warmups because I'm a gentleman.
Thank you so
much.
I'm
feeling like a gentleman in this instant.
I think that you only let me go first when you want to stall because you're not sure you want to talk about what you want. But that's just my theory.
No, this time I did only write 3 things down, so I'm not going to have the, oh no, I have 4 written down. Which ones do I choose for the last one? I edited the list earlier this evening, so.
I'm impressed.
You're
good. Actually filtering yourself now.
Yeah, I made the list a while ago, so I don't remember exactly what I was going to say about them, though, so it'll still probably be a clusterfuck.
Oh, the suspense is killing me.
Mm-hmm. All right. Got the stopwatch.
I'm ready.
You ready? Let's go.
Okay, so with Halloween on the brain, because we just had Halloween, I think that I'm going to put a petition in that we start some sort of Halloween candy recycling system, because I'm not going to deny my kid from getting all the candy because he's like adorable and stupid cute. So of course people are giving him like a shit ton of candy. But like, if you think I'm going to let him eat all that candy, you're crazy. So we need a system that is safe where I can like give it away or like recycle it in some way. So I'm not throwing it away and I'm not gaining 500 pounds by eating it all. That's that. Fair. Second thing, The Patient. I don't know if you've seen this, The Patient on Hulu. Check it out. It's got Steve Carell and he's an underrated drama actor. So underrated. It is so good. He's a phenomenal actor. Definitely recommend. Third thing, pet peeve. When people are walking and they're just like are so oblivious to the world and they just stop for no reason and they have nothing to look at and nothing to do and you just have to go around them, that is the most annoying thing in the world. That's pretty good.
Yes, yeah. It was really good. A minute 3.
Okay.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
That's really good for someone who's as verbose as I am.
Yes. I have heard really good things about The Patient.
Check it out, dude.
Watched it yet.
Mind-blowing.
Is Domhnall Gleeson the other guy in that?
Yes, Gleeson. Yes, Brendan Gleeson's son, I think. Yeah. He's Irish, yeah. But he's not Irish in the show, which also makes him a very good actor because you can't tell he's Irish. Mm-hmm. Oh, so good.
Yeah, whenever someone can cover up accents, as always, and make it believable. Harry Styles, not one of those people.
No.
Not a great accent guy.
No. Also, the Australian chick from Yellowstone, forgot her name. She plays Beth Dutton. Yeah. I'm going to slap you through the computer because that is a really fucking good show. And a new season's coming out this month. And that was almost one of my 3 things, by the way. But she's Australian and she sounds like she's from Montana. In the show, you would never be able to guess that she's Australian. And then you listen to her talk and she's like a different person. That is phenomenal acting. Phenomenal. But yes, you should watch Yellowstone. Definitely. Yellowstone and The Patient. That's your homework. List. The Patient is only one season. It's 10 episodes. The episodes are short. They're like 35 minutes, 40 minutes long. And it's
a true story too.
It's a true story about a guy who's a serial killer and he kidnaps and imprisons his therapist to try to get him to heal him, or like treat him of his serial killerness. And so he keeps him a prisoner in his own basement and tries to like force him to do therapy and like, you know, like fix me, doc. Like I'm trying to go out and kill people. So
interesting.
Dude, Steve Carell is such a good actor. Oh, so good. Please watch.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready for your list? Vocal warms?
Yes.
Oh my God, you look like you're going to freak out. You okay?
No. They're not very good ones.
Oh no, don't start off with that. Now I'm just gonna go
No.
boo.
I mean,
after
they're
everyone.
gonna blow your fucking mind.
There you go. That's what I like to hear. Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right. So the overdramatic thing that I say every single episode, I think, is that something's going to potentially end the podcast, and never accurate. I have no idea why I say it's a cliche, but this might. I am now a Crocs guy. I do not wear them in public. I'm not that big of a Crocs guy, but outside to take the dog out, comfy as hell. I finally caved, did it. Second thing, there is a kind of visual album animated movie by Kid Cudi that's on Netflix called Intergalactic. That is fantastic. It's a very unique art style, like Into the Spider-Verse, if you watch nerdy Spider-Man things. And it's an adult animated thing, but it's all to Kid Cudi's music and his vibe and his mind, and it's awesome. The third thing, the show Dave on Hulu, and it was on FX, which is Lil Dicky the Rapper, his show. It has 2 of my favorite episodes of television, Allie's Toast, which is episode 9 of season 1, and the episode The Birds has Allie's song in episode 8 of season 2. But just recommend that show. I know. I went long too. We both went long. You did beat me.
You were at 105.
But the show Dave is I'm now expanding on it where it's over because I need to add clarifications because the show, it's very unique.
I do love Lil Dicky. Let's be real about that. Lil Dicky is one hella dude. He's fucking cool.
Yeah, it's really clever. And it's very loosely semi-autobiographical that he's created himself. And he doesn't put out a ton of music. Like, he takes forever to put new shit out.
It's because he's wicked
but the
smart.
show is, yeah,
and it takes time to be that fucking cool.
Yeah,
Can't whip that shit up
like
in a day.
That Allie's Toast episode, which is the penultimate episode of season 1, it has everything in it. There is, like, I teared up at the end of this episode with the emotion and stuff in it. And earlier in the episode, he's shitting in a lake. So, I mean, the range, it goes all over the place. But some of the episodes are really weird and some are better than others. But it's really
on
easy
Little Dicky,
binge.
though, have you seen Pillow Talk?
Yes.
Dude, Pillow Talk deserves it's. Maybe we should do a whole episode on Pillow Talk. Or a mini-sode. Because Pillow Talk, if you're listening to this or watching this, please comment. If you have seen Pillow Talk, it changed my life. It is so good. And it is hilarious and so intelligent. So good. It is a rap about a guy who's having sex with a chick. And he starts going into he's high. So he starts going into this whole discussion about who we are in the world and what happened with the dinosaurs and how it happened, and then also space aliens, and then he talks to his whole conversation with his own brain, telling his brain to chill out because his brain's going crazy. It is so good, but you have to watch the video. You can't just listen to it. You have to watch the video. It's worth the 11 minutes.
Yeah, I tried to listen to it at first, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on with this? You have to watch the video.
Have to. Must.
And the actress that's Taylor Mishak, who's the actress from that music video, she plays his girlfriend in the show Dave.
Oh, that's good. So, I need to know that. Thank you, because I liked her.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm going to check out Dave. I haven't seen it. I'll check it out.
Yeah,
what was the other thing that you said I wanted to talk about?
Intergalactic by Kid Cudi and Crocs were my other 2
Crocs,
things.
Man. Okay, I have it's a guilty confession that I'm kind of jealous of the people who wear Crocs because I know they're hella comfy. And there was a time in my life when I worked as a first mate on a charter boat, and I did all the first mate jobs. So I was literally pulling out this 60-pound anchor and wrapping it manually and stuff. But I was also serving drinks and putting bottles on my head and dancing for the whole crew. It was a whole thing. And I needed some shit. It was a great job. Let me be real. And I was hella good at it too. But Anyway, I needed shoes on the boat that were like sandals, but I couldn't wear flip flops because your flip flops were sliding all over the place, and that's dangerous when you're trying to, do manual labor and also like shake your boobs. So I found these sandals that were Croc brand. They didn't look like Crocs. They didn't have the stereotype, but they were Croc brand. And I never found a better pair of sandals that were like comfy, but also like durable as hell. And like the grip on the bottom was dynamite. I was balling and nobody knew I was wearing Crocs. So it was like on the inside, I was dying a little bit, but on the outside, I was like a baller.
Yeah, I'm
kind of jealous of Crocs
aesthetic
because they look hideous, but like I know your feet are fucking singing because they're so happy.
Right. Yeah, the aesthetic sucks, but I'm like, I wear it like when I go out to grill or take the dog out in the backyard, or if I'm just going to drive through a drive-through. But anytime I need to get out and go in anywhere.
If you're going to be seen in public, you're not going to be whacking the Crocs.
Correct.
You're not going to be rocking the Crocs, cracking. I just made a thing.
I like it. But yeah, for around the house, or even like if you are a slipper person, like they have like fleece lined ones and stuff like that. I'm not. I'm a barefoot as much as I can get person. I hate wearing socks, shoes, anything.
I'm one of those weird people who, if I have to wear slippers, I also have to wear socks with them. And I know that's strange.
That makes sense.
I can't have sweaty feet in slippers. For me, that's like it's a textural thing. Like, no, I can't do it.
I get that.
Anywho, good vocal warm-ups. I like that sesh. That was fun. What's next, Matthew?
Well, next, let's do our pick 3. And this time, so we did albums last time. You could only listen to 3 for 3 months. This time, we're going to mix it up and do beverages. You can only drink 3 things for a month. We'll do 1 month instead of 3 months.
This is like which I feel like is still you are allowed to drink all 3.
Like, you can only drink this. The only thing I wanted to clarify, I think we should not include water.
Well, that was my next question. Need water that, like, obviously you have to have water, but this is not a have to situation. Yeah. This is a theoretical, hypothetical. Water is not is off the table.
Yep,
you're surviving without water in this scenario. Pick your 3.
Right. Yep. And so we'll assume that water's there. So this is anytime you're going out, you're chilling on the beach, you're eating, whatever. Only 3 things you can drink. And we'll just popcorn, ping pong it back and forth.
Okay.
I'll let you start again.
I'm starting again?
You can give your one. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm feeling gentlemanly tonight.
Well, I'll start off by saying I'm a Southern girl. I'm a Southern belle through and through, born and raised in Mississippi, y'all. Okay? And I have to tell you, there ain't nothing better in this world than Mama's sweet tea. Okay? So whenever I go home, that's what I live on, y'all. And I could drink it here in my house, but I can't make it like Mama makes it. So I could live on Mama's sweet tea. Lord, I tell you what, I could. All day, every day, Lord Jesus is my witness. Mama's sweet tea could get me through anything. Hallelujah. Love you, Mama. That's my first one. Your turn. Go right ahead, sweetheart. Bless your heart. Go ahead. What's your number 1?
My number 1, I totally didn't plan this. I haven't poured a drink yet, so I'm going to now.
What? Who are you?
It's Whistle Pig whiskey. It's my current favorite go-to. So smooth. Some ASMR. Or it just sounds like I'm peeing if you're listening to it. I'm not. I'm pouring whiskey. That
sounds like you're peeing.
That's going to be my number 1. Just a neat Whistle Pig. And I can't afford to drink the good stuff all the time. So, although this is an ideal one, but I'm still just going to stick with the 6-year piggyback rye.
I noticed while you were pouring that there is an actual pig head that you pour from? Does that come with the bottle, or did you buy that specially for your whistle pig?
I bought a bunch more. I have a video on my Instagram page, reel of me making a smoked maple old fashioned. So when you order from Whistle Pig, you cannot ship to Nebraska. Doxing myself, that's where I live. But I know
Murderers are coming for you.
I had visited some friends in Illinois that were coming to visit in the next week. They do ship to Illinois. So I ordered a shitload of stuff and had it shipped there. So it was
Good.
And the reason I did that was because like the 6-year piggyback rye, along with the 10-year and the farm stock rye you can get at most liquor stores, they just released a bourbon that is not available anywhere here. And they did a collaboration with Traeger. That's a smoked whiskey. And I wanted that. And then a smoked old fashioned kit that had barrel-aged maple syrup, wood shavings, like a cocktail smoker that you set on top of your glass. And I'm gonna probably actually insert the video to the YouTube version of this. And it came with 2 pour spouts. It came with that pig head one, and then it has another one where it's a pig with a football helmet holding a football over his head. It has the pour spout for that. So I now have 2 pig pour spouts.
I'm going to go ahead and insert the hashtag obsessed right now because it feels a little bit like you're maybe obsessed. But it's okay.
Well, here's the
There's
ironic
no judgment
thing.
here. That's your first choice. You may have your first choice. That is fine.
That reel's the most viewed piece of content I've put out, which is not great when you have a podcast that you put reels out for. So we need to step those numbers
Why are you making it sound so pathetic?
I'm trying to go for
Love
sympathy.
us, please.
Sympathy, likes, and shares. So yeah, I'm just gonna start. This is so they sponsor one of the podcasts I listen to all the time. And that podcast is actually doing a collab whiskey with them, collab barrel select one. So they always reshare my content when I tag the whiskey in it. So I just make posts about the podcast and tag the whiskey in the podcast in it.
Oh my God.
And I'm trying to have the algorithm
cross promoting
that way.
like mofo.
That's right. So yeah, that's my number 1 pick.
All right. Cool.
Yep. I broke the alcoholic seal now.
I see that. Feel pressure right now. I need to match your alcoholism. Well, I'll just jump right in then, because if I go out anywhere, anytime, in any city, to any place, my go-to drink, because it's simple and because no one can really fuck it up, is a good rum and Coke. So, and I'm not a fancy girl by any means. Like I'm a little bit on the white trash side, just because who I am. It's my upbringing. So I'm not over here like I need top shelf, whatever. They ask me what kind of rum, and I'm like, Bacardi? I don't know. I don't know. Whatever you got. So this is like a twofer because I drink Coke all the time. I'm just like a Coke girl, Coca-Cola, and I'm not a Pepsi drinker, and I will drink Dr. Pepper, but I am definitely a Coke girl, been a Coke girl my whole life. So when you put a little rum in it, just makes Coke taste better. So this is a very generic drink because I don't have a brand like you. I'm not over here like ordering brands to my neighbor, my friend's house in another state to bring it to me because I'm so desperate to have that. Ain't happening in my house. Okay.
Well, you're also drinking it mixed, which I feel like if you're drinking like something neat, then its flavor matters.
Yeah, you're probably right. And if I had the connoisseur's tongue, perhaps it would matter, but I don't. And so when I go out, I ask for rum and Coke, and they pretty much serve that tasting the same no matter where you get it, no matter what you do. But a big pet peeve of mine is when they serve you flat Coke, because then it tastes like you've got like ass mixed with your rum. Like
so like when you know
ass.
they made one earlier in the night, but not later or something, and they don't have like the nozzle with the Coke, and they just open a can, and so like they used half of one earlier that it's just been sitting on the counter for a few hours.
And you have to look past it. Because look, here's what I'll do though in those moments, because I know they have like, and bars are disgusting, right? Or just gross. So the nozzles even are disgusting and old, and I don't even think about it. But back to my
alcohol kills germs.
Right. So yes. Facts. So back again to my job as the first mate on the boat. Instead of drinking rum and Coke to avoid the flat Coke issue, I mean, I would still drink rum and Coke, but to help mask the flavor of the old Coke because we were on a boat and you didn't got a nozzle, I made it into a Cuba Libre, which is the fancy version of rum and Coke, and it just means you put some lime in that shit. And when you sprinkle with lime, suddenly it tastes like you're on a tropical island. Like, what's better than that? So my second option is rum and Coke, but really more like Cuba Libre. And I have to say it with that accent because I live in Miami. It's whatever.
Fair.
Okay, go.
My second could have been my first, but I'm not going to say I needed a drink because then that means I have a problem. But I wanted a drink and I'd been waiting.
He has a problem.
I picked the alcohol one first. Second's going to be coffee. Just good old black Death Wish coffee is my go-to. Give me all the caffeine. I don't want creamer flavoring, any of that shit with it. Just black nectar of Satan himself powering me through the day.
Sorry.
And I actually like the flavor of it too. So
that's disgusting.
Not just for the caffeine. I started with, when I was in college, I worked a job at Gallup doing phone surveys. And I did that after class. The hours were 4 to 11. I didn't always stay till 11. I could do my own schedule. But I started needing something to keep me awake after I'd been in class all day. And I could never sleep in, so I was always up early. And I had like a 30-minute drive into class and work. And so I needed something to keep me awake and ready to try to talk people into doing surveys and deal with being yelled at constantly. And so I started drinking Starbucks, but like the ones that don't really taste like coffee, that are just sugar and milk pretty much, that have the espresso in there, like frappuccinos and shit. And then I'm slowly like, hey, I'm not making enough that I can be getting $12 drinks every night. And so then I started just doing a coffee and shitloads of creamer and sugar. And then I'm like, yeah, this is it's too sweet. I can't do sweet stuff anymore. And so just black coffee. It's cheap. It's easy. I like the flavor of it now. If you get some good beans, don't give me that Folger shit. If I can get like Death Wish or something, even like Trader Joe's. Pro tip, Trader Joe's, if you get a whole bean coffee and grind it yourself, Trader Joe's medium roast. It's cheap and good. It's like $5.99 or $6.99 for a pound. Whereas Death Wish is like $20 for a pound. So
nice.
Not as highly caffeinated, but reasonable, good flavor.
No, it's like black, like your soul. I get it. Fantastic.
I'm literally wearing all black.
You're always literally wearing all black. I'm over here in colors, doing makeup, bright.
Necklace.
my
I'm a
personality.
necklace guy now
You're
too.
like, I'm wearing black again, always, because this is me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm soulless. My name's Matt.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Fine. Okay, so my third choice. God, it feels like I'm just copying you because you went alcohol, then I went alcohol, then you went coffee, and I was. It's just because you were not as creative as me and didn't start with sweet tea. So I'm just going to go with
That's
that.
right.
Anywho, the third choice is I'm going to go total opposite from you, though, because I do live off of coffee, because coffee, I believe coffee is the only legal way to be a good mom.
Is that the official pitch now?
Yes. If it were not illegal, I would use so many things that are better than coffee. Coffee is the only legal way I can be a good mom. So, I can't drink dark black coffee. Like, it to me tastes like I'm drinking sand, and I can't do that. So I am the sweet girl, and I'm caramel macchiato from Starbucks makes my day okay. And it makes me love my child in the mornings. However, I'm also 30, so I cannot drink sugar to the extent that I used to, because I will blow the fuck up. And I can't be gaining 500 pounds because I need to be a good mom. Okay. So I have to do a balancing act, and I did caramel macchiato, but I get it with Splenda because the sugar makes me grow this way. And I'm just trying to grow my brain, grow my mind. I'm not trying to grow my width. So I'm
grow your mind, not your behind. That's what they say.
Can that be the name of this podcast?
Sure.
Grow your mind.
I'll make a note now.
Not your behind. Or coffee makes me a good mom. That also works too. But anyway, yeah. So I'm all about the sweet. So in the morning, when I can't afford Starbucks every day either. Hello, hi, no, it's ridiculous. And I don't feel like giving my child's college tuition money to a multi-billion-dollar corporation. So I instead make my own coffee in the mornings, and I do pump it full of Splenda or Equal or whatever is available. And I've got like the creamer that is the mocha peppermint coffee mate sweet pepperminty yumminess, or caramel. I'll go with French vanilla sometimes, and then I put Splenda in it, and it makes me like okay to deal with the day. Without it, watch the fuck out.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Are you drinking a rum and Coke right now?
I am drinking a rum and Coke right now.
Nice.
And don't ask me what kind of rum it is, because I have no idea.
The one that is in my house.
Truth. Okay, let's get on with it. What's your third one?
Yep.
Dali.
So I originally had water before I decided it was going to be eliminated.
I had water also, and I figured we were going to have this discussion. So that's why I had a third one ready. I knew water was like a given. Like, come on, duh.
Yeah, well, that's boring. It seems like a waste of a pick.
True that.
And then it really makes us look like alcoholics if we're just picking alcohol and not water.
Booze, coffee,
if we're not
and water.
saying it's a given.
Bad for you, worse for you, and gonna make you live to the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
I'm not a big soda, pop, whatever you want to call it, Coke drinker. If I do drink, it's either Dr. Pepper or Coke for me. Not a Pepsi fan at all. Except I'll drink cherry Pepsi, and that's about it.
Oh, cherry Pepsi I can do
Pepsi.
too. Yes.
I hate to go another alcohol, but I'm doing it. I seem like a basic bitch too. But if it's, I only have 3 things I can drink for the month.
Come on, how much more basic bitch can you get?
I've got my caffeine. I've got my neat whiskey. But when I want to pound more stuff, I'm going to go with the High Noon Pineapple, High Noon Seltzers. I usually hate seltzers because they don't taste like anything.
Mm-mm.
They just taste like carbonated water.
Yeah.
The High Noon, made with real vodka, real juice. And they're only like 100 calories can. They're like 5%. And they actually taste like the fruit. And they actually have a good flavor. And they're not too sweet. Because I can't do super sweet stuff. I get like a pit in my stomach.
Mm.
But the High Noons, they're perfect. They're light. So if I want to put down a couple, they're good to go. Still feel good about it because they're low calorie. So that's what I'm going to go with the third one.
So basically, for this month that we're stranded on an island with our 3 beverages, we're going to be wasted and hyper.
Yeah.
That's what you're telling me. Sugared up
Yeah.
and drunk.
Yeah.
Go us.
It sounds like a great month on an island.
Sounds like paradise to me. Let's do it. All right,
As long
let's
as
do
we
this
don't have work.
podcast.
Because let's do it. All right. Hercules, the Disney classic from 97. I'm going to go with just a very brief synopsis. If you don't know it by now, then maybe this will make you want to see it, and then you'll actually learn more of it. The son of Zeus and Hera is stripped of his immortality as an infant and must become a true hero in order to reclaim it. And that's it. That's the summary.
That's about it. Tell me what your initial thoughts of Hercules are, and or is this something that you watched as a kid? Because if you haven't seen Hercules, it's an animated movie. It is. Is it? It is Disney.
It is
Disney.
Yep, it's Disney.
I know it's on Disney Plus. So it is animated.
Yep.
It is not like the rest of our episodes where we've done actual movies or actual shows. So this is animated. Is it something that you watched when you were younger? We both had we've discussed pretty sheltered childhoods.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine you probably watched a lot of Disney movies as I did.
Yes.
Is this something that was in your repertoire? And what did you think of it then? And what do you think of it now?
I'll be honest. I have vague memories of seeing this in the theater, but it was never one we owned because of false gods and Hades. So I don't have any recollection of the movie itself until I watched it a few years ago for the first time. And so I don't have, like I said, for some reason, I have vague memories of seeing aspects of it in the theaters. And back in the VHS day in Disney movie, there was always the commercial for it with Zero to Hero playing and everything. So I remember that. Like I have the Zero to Hero song is ingrained in my mind. But no. And actually, now that we're talking about it, a few years ago was the first time I watched it in full, but it was on in the background with an X once. So technically, the first time I watched it was in like senior year of high school. And all I remember from that is I liked the song Go the Distance. And my initial thoughts now are I enjoy it. It's a fun movie. Go the Distance is one of my, it's on my musical playlist that I have. Go the Distance is one of, in my opinion, one of the better songs to come out of a Disney musical. The rest of the movie itself is just kind of meh to me. It's not one of my favorites. That could come from not growing up with it, not having anything ingrained in that. But it doesn't hold a fucking candle to a Goofy movie. And that's really the only scale that matters.
All right.
So,
but
I like some of it has a really cool art style with it and storytelling method of the muses singing and telling the stories of Hercules and the artwork on the vases, however you want to pronounce it. They actually have a line about that in one of the songs too. But I think that's really neat, and I really like that. That's different and kind of sets it apart from a lot of the other Disney movies too of the time.
Cool. So, similarly to you, I did not watch it as a kid. I actually was not allowed to watch it.
Mhm.
I think I know my parents pre-screened everything before it met our eyes as children. And Hades and the Underworld were just absolutely off the table. There was no way we were going to be able to watch something about that. And also, as you said, thinking of gods being multiple and being like worshipped by people, not okay in the Ewing household. So I was not allowed to watch it. Similarly to other shows that I wasn't allowed to watch, like Simpsons and Ren and Stimpy. I grew up thinking
Mhm.
that this was like bad. Like
Mhm.
I grew up with like a negative connotation to Hercules. Like, don't watch it, it's evil kind of thing. And, then I grew up, went to college and watched The Simpsons and thought I was going to like die and go to hell for watching it. And realized about halfway through the first episode that I watched that I was like, wow, there is nothing spectacular about this. So when I watched Hercules, it, similar to you, was pretty recent. And um, I'm a person who absolutely dies for Disney movies. Like, I'm obsessed. And if you know me at all, you know that I am constantly breaking out into Disney song. I have Disney playlists galore. I think pretty much my entire life is one long Disney trajectory. That's just my 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 own theme music is Disney. So any and all Disney movies pretty much make me feel like I'm on top of the world. And when I watched Hercules for the first time, I expected to be struck with lightning and sent directly to hell for watching it. And I remember thinking that it was surprising how dark it gets at times, and how gruesome it is sometimes with like the souls that are in this underworld,
Yeah.
the ocean of the underworld that are like you know I don't know, in torture because they're in Hades' realm.
Yeah.
And in direct contradiction to a juxtaposition to the gods and how goofy Zeus is and how like hunky dory he is and like silly and weird, and it's almost like making
Mhm.
fun of the fact that they're gods versus Hades being the underworld. So I remember
Mhm.
thinking like, this is kind of like crazy. And then I went back and watched it recently, and I gotta say, this is gonna be an unpopular opinion, perhaps, but I really don't like it. I don't like the movie. I don't think I don't like the story. I don't like the movie. And I think for me the biggest like turn off for me watching this movie is having seen so many Disney movies. There is no character in this movie that is truly likable. Like, there's nobody that you
Yeah.
get attached to. I think honestly the only character that I'm mildly attached to is Pegasus, the horse who doesn't speak.
Yeah.
All he does is fly and headbutt. That's it. He's the
And
only
he's
one
horny and dumb.
he's the only one that I'm like mildly like, oh, he's cute. I kind of like him. The rest of them,
Yeah.
there's nobody likable. There's nobody
That's
relatable.
fair.
Even Hades, who's kind of a funny, supposed to be kind of a comical sort of version of the devil or whatever,
Mhm.
isn't he doesn't draw you in. He doesn't make you go like, I kind of want to see more of this evil, funny guy. He's not even that funny. He's just kind of there. And he does some dark shit, and that's to be expected. He's the devil. But I don't care for this at all. I think there's no good music. Like, Go the Distance is probably the only song in this movie that I'm like, I
Yeah.
feel mildly attracted to this song, but it's not on any playlist of mine. I probably wouldn't grab it and be like, I want to listen to this music. I think the what are they called? Not the sirens.
The muses.
The muses, who are the narrators in the show,
Mm-hmm.
are a funny take on like a gospel choir
Mm-hmm.
kind of telling the story. And they have some cute moments, but the music's not great. It almost feels like an afterthought. Like they just threw a song in. Like, oh, there's a story. And then like, oh, just throw a song in. And it's just like, eh. Versus the other Disney movies where the music is like, holy shit, this makes me want to like jump up and down or like cry or like hug somebody or do something. And so this movie made me feel nothing. Hercules is dumb. He is not fun to watch. He's not a good hero. He's stupid. He's not likable. He's clumsy. He's not even a great dude. And he's supposed to be the hero. Only thing he does is like try to save Meg's life. Meg, forget about it. She sucks as a person. I don't like her at all. And I would be attached to her. She doesn't have to be like a damsel in distress, like perfect Disney princess for me to like her. She's a sarcastic, like snide kind of girl, which could be fun and interesting as a character. I think they could have gone with that and made it cool, but she's not likable. She's not interesting. No. She's just like, blah. So that's my take on Hercules. I think they like missed a huge opportunity to make the story really cool. And they missed a huge opportunity to make good music out of it. And there's a reason why I didn't continue watching it. I've seen it twice, and twice is enough for me.
Yeah.
I watched it recently again because I knew we were going to do this episode, and I was like looking for something to hang on to. And the whole time I was like, dude, this blows. I'm sorry, but no, I don't like it at all. And forget Phil. Philoctetes, what is his name? Philoctetes.
I didn't even write the whole thing. I just put Phil in my notes.
Who's his voice? Danny DeVito?
Yeah.
I think it's Danny DeVito.
Yeah, it was Danny DeVito.
Missed the ball. There's something that's missing there. He's just none of them are good characters. They're not written well. They're not complex. They're not interesting. They have bad music. No funny lines. Not a fan. Sorry, folks. Not a fan.
I think my favorite characters are Panic and Pain, the two demon henchmen. Hades.
I think they are probably
they have some funnier
most comical characters in it. And it's really just because they're like berserk the whole time. They're just like, they are panicking and in pain.
And they're dumb.
Right.
They're not bright.
But even their voices bother me. Like, I just can't get into it. I can't.
Yeah. I think
it is a background kind of movie, so I can commend your ex for putting it in the background. I understand because it is not a front and center catch your attention kind of movie. No.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I know we suggested this at the end of the Moulin Rouge episode. I have no idea. I don't even remember how it got brought up and how we got on it because I don't know. Didn't have strong feelings for this, so I have no idea how we decided to do this. But we're in agreement, so it won't be as combative as the Moulin Rouge episode. Which I will say, I have gone back and listened to some more of the songs that I enjoy. I still think it has the pacing and disjointed issues, and I still don't love it. I'm downgrading it from a hated this to not for me and didn't like it. So it has been downgraded from hate.
I will get through to you eventually. I will just keep grading on you until you love it.
I do like the Pitch song, and I do like Come What May. Roxanne still sucks ass, though.
I hate you for that. But anyway, go back and watch or listen to that episode if you haven't seen us fight about it, because we got into a genuine fight. And I wasn't sure that I ever wanted to speak to you again. But neither here nor there. Back to Hercules.
Neither here nor there. I'm trying to go through my notes.
I didn't have any sort of outfit to wear for Hercules. I also didn't feel like putting an outfit on because Hercules is meh. I I was going to wear a toga, but I was like, let me not, because no. So I did my eye makeup to appear as if I am a resident of Olympus. I think that I kind of nailed
Nice.
it. Like, I think I look a little bit like the cerulean sort of heavenly glow from the eye makeup. And that's pretty much the only effort I was willing to put in for matching the theme of Hercules tonight. I just not feeling it.
So what I did to match the theme, I wore all black and was sleep deprived, so I have giant bags in my eyes. So
matching
I look like I'm
the
dead.
lost souls of Hades underworld.
That was my game plan.
You know what? What is cool also, is Hades' hair. I do like Hades' head being on fire.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan of what they did with that imagery wise. I thought that was cool.
Some cool animation.
Animation was cool, and some of the animation, the monsters that he fought, which was just a sequence. It was just a montage. It wasn't like he actually went into like really detail. Just one that he actually, you see him fighting for a long time, and it's the multi-headed snake thing. That was cool.
Well, I think that's one of.
But I wanted more.
I think that's one of my problems. Exactly. The most interesting parts of this movie take place during the montage.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a fuck about this love story that is not
even a real love
established
story.
and pretty ones. Right. And so, like, everything, overall. Fun fact about it, though. So, Roger Bart voices young Hercules and sings Go the Distance. Mm-hmm. Roger Bart has he's a Broadway presence. He is in the diner scene of Tick, Tick, Boom.
Oh.
He did a bunch of Broadway stuff before this, but I knew him because I knew when I looked up his IMDb, I'm like, I recognize this guy. In the final season of How I Met Your Mother, he has a 5-episode arc that he works at the hotel where they all meet the mother from How I Met Your Mother. Fun fact.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Well, good for him, because I feel like having this as your one claim to fame is pretty disappointing. So good for him for going on and doing other things.
It's good. He has lots of other stuff going on.
Who was the voice of Meg?
It wasn't.
It's not a famous
big person I knew. I know the person who voiced Hades he's got some problematic shit. Susan Egan voiced Meg. She does a lot of voice work, it looks like. She's in one episode of Modern Family and one episode of House. But yeah, James Woods, who voices Hades. I don't remember what all it is, but I know he has some.
I know that. Oh, I can see his face. Yes. I know. He kind of looks like Hades. Yeah, he kind of has the same like facial structure as Hades. Okay, he's a good actor, though. He's been in other stuff, and I do like his voice.
Yeah.
Which is probably why I recognize it. And I think he has a unique, cool voice. But it reminded me of Phil it reminded me of, similar to some of the scenes in Hunchback of Notre Dame, right? Or Notre Dame, sorry.
Which also is very dark.
Dark as hell. So I think some of the similarities of like the satanic underworld demon, dark, fire, hell sort of theme is similar to those. The difference is the Hunchback is a good story. You're with a hero and he's on a quest and you've got to you feel bad for the guy and he's got things that he's got to deal with, and like Hercules is just like one of those characters that's like, oh darn, you don't have immortality anymore. Poor baby. And then he's like,
that was one of my notes.
I have to fight a bunch of stuff. What do I do? And the random dwarf-looking centaur thing that helped him out was like, here, let me train you to fight. Okay, you fight, and now I'm awesome. Oh, let me just try to save this woman, and now I'm a hero. Like, it was just so... Where's the real struggle? Where's the real, you know what I mean? Where is it?
Well, that was one of my notes. I'm like, if not drinking one drop of the thing that's supposed to kill you still leaves you with godlike strength, then
sorry your life sucks so bad, Hercules.
fucking cares. Yeah. And it's like, they try to make you feel bad because it's like, oh, he's clumsy with his strength
Right.
and no one likes him.
Oh,
Well, yeah, because
poor
he's just stupid and
baby.
destroys everything.
Yeah.
By that
Paul
age,
just,
as a
like,
teenager.
grow up and stop knocking shit over. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, your life is not hard, bud. And he's like, oh, I want to be
Well, and
with
I
my
think that-
dad on Olympus. And Zeus is like, hi, son. Ooh, you want to come up and live with us? And he's like, yeah, Dad, my life down here is so bad. And then he doesn't even go live up there. Like, it's like, what? You went through all that and you don't even, like, get to be up there. Also, what were Zeus and Hera doing for, like, 18 years when he was just growing up? They were like, sorry, our son's not here. Oops, we let him get stolen, and now he's just not here anymore. Also, if you follow Greek mythology, Hera is like a really awful character because Zeus cheated on her.
So Zeus, isn't he?
Oh, Zeus is awful. Zeus cheated on her
douchebag.
constantly with other goddesses, but mostly with mortal women, which is actually where Hercules comes from. He's actually not supposed to be born of Hera. He's supposed to be born of a mortal woman, which is why he's a demigod and not because he drank some weird formula. But it doesn't matter. They took liberties. That's okay. I'm okay with that. But the point is, Zeus and Hera, if you were really to follow their actual like personas, it's almost ridiculous to see in this movie that they tried to make Zeus be like this, like I'll play with catch with my son kind of dad.
Right.
But
yeah,
he's supposed to be like the god of all gods. He's supposed to be the head honcho, and he's up there like, ew, stop.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
And I know that's one thing, like most of Disney's movies that are based on either historical things or gods or stories or fairy tales, they lighten them up. Like Little Mermaid is dark as fuck, supposedly for real. So like
almost
it's understanding, but just like to the
come from really dark shit. So I'm all about it for the kids.
Because kids back in the day used to be able to handle their shit.
Like if you watch Hunchback and you watch Hercules, you're like, man, this shit is pretty dark even for a kids movie. Like you lightened it up, but it's still pretty fucking dark. Huh? Oh no, me neither.
I wasn't allowed to watch Hunchback.
Anything with like
I watched that like
burning in hell for eternity, not going to be something on our playlist at home. No.
Which is weird because you hear about that every Sunday.
That's kind of the theme throughout our childhood. Yes.
But
it's okay to talk about it at church, but it's not okay to watch a movie about it. An animated cartoon movie about it.
Yeah, I didn't have a ton of notes on this because it's just kind of So we're kind of in agreement. I think this is going to be a shorter-ish episode. I'm just going to knock out some of the notes I had. We'll just go through it because
bang it out, baby.
So Phil is a pervert. So the first thing
he's a predator.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other note I had. There's a line where Meg's talking about, she's like, men, they're all the same. They think no means yes and get lost means take me, I'm yours. Ask him, he'll tell you. I'm like, yeah, that is a problem. I guess good you're calling that out. In a kid's movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
So a lot of this didn't age well.
Phil is very problematic.
He doesn't age well, Phil.
I do love Danny DeVito, though.
I know,
Correct.
I do too, and I'm so disappointed that his character was just.
But he always kind of plays kind of scumbaggy characters.
True.
Like in It's Always Sunny, which is one of my all-time favorite shows.
Fantastic.
His character in that's so fucking great. One of my favorite shows, but I had the note that when he's training Hercules and they're going through the training montage, he tells him rule 95 is to concentrate. And I feel like that rule One, could use some more clarification or something than just concentrate. That's not very helpful. Two, I feel like that could have been helpful a lot sooner than
Rule
fucking
number
95
3
in the
or
rule
4,
book.
maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably, definitely in the top 10. Especially for somebody of Hercules' intellect. You're going to need to remind that guy to concentrate.
One of the things that I did enjoy, and I had the note, is pain when Hades finds out that Hercules is alive. Panic and Pain are trying to scramble, and they're telling him, like, oh, popular name. There's lots of them. Remember a few years ago when all the boys were named Jason and all the girls were named Brittany? That did make me laugh. I did like that. Funny. That was a good one.
I also liked when Pain and Panic showed up with when Hercules is going through all of his, like, everybody loves him in the city, wherever they are, Rome or whatever. Everybody's a big fan of Hercules, and he's got all this merchandise that he's giving out, and Hades has to find a way to stop this guy from, like, getting to the day when he wants to take over the world and destroy Zeus, and then Pain and Panic show up with his merchandise, and Hades flips out. I think that's hilarious because he's wearing little sandals, little, like, Hercules sandals, and his little feet squeak. He cringes his and he's got Hercules sandals on. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, I did like that.
That's a good moment.
I liked when they were
merchandise.
That's the other thing I remember that was in the trailer before VHSs.
Because
that line.
Because that is honestly in the top 3 moments of the movie. If that's the best thing that you've got in the movie, that's cute. But that's the best you got. We're always going to show the best moments in the trailer, and that is the pinnacle of the movie. Is that line? Yeah. That's, to me, that's like Disney. You missed it. You missed your moment. You had a chance and you missed it.
I did like the one battle with the monster that it shows not in a montage, where they're trying to set him up, where Meg and Panic and Pain are pretending to be kids. They're hiding. They're like, someone call IXII. There's like 911 in Roman numerals.
I didn't get that. That's funny.
Thought that was
That's
funny.
Clever. Again, Pain and Panic.
And then
the most clever characters in the movie.
Yeah. And then did you notice in the montage of him defeating things, he defeats a lion that looks like Scar?
Yes. Oh, yes.
From Lion King. So there's
that one. I thought it was that wasn't he wearing, because this is actually a legend. This is true.
He wears it.
Mythology
it shows him.
Hercules showed up to battle wearing a lion skin of a lion that he had defeated. And that's real legend that he actually did that. And what he takes off is the pelt of Scar from Lion King.
So it shows him fight him and throw him away.
Oh.
As like a more muscular Scar. And then it shows him wearing it.
Okay.
And he's on a vase with him wearing it.
Okay.
I say vase, not vase.
Yeah, because vase is correct. So, because you're not an idiot. So
correct. And then one of the adult humor things thrown in there when he's leaving to play with Meg, he's like, that Oedipus thing? And I thought I had problems. Kind of funny. But definitely one that only adults are going to get.
Right.
And not even all adults.
No, you just have to be familiar with the story of Oedipus and what went down with his mother.
Yeah.
Always a good time.
And the only other thing that I really had is so many of these movies, I mean, so many movies in general, but you look at the Disney movies and a common theme, the cliche thing is sacrificing everything for love.
Yeah.
That's what they do. Like Hercules, he's willing to give up living with the gods to be with Meg.
Yeah.
And even like Frozen, they're like, oh, we did something different. It's about sisters' love. And I'm like, it's still that main theme.
Right.
So I don't know.
I know. They're
like,
trying to teach.
I like when they mix it up, do something different.
Love each other. And, obviously, in most of the Disney princess ones with Jasmine and Ariel, they're always like, I don't care about my kingdom and my whole world and my life. I'll give it all up for the man I love.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I don't know, if you're fucking Aurora, and you're like meeting strangers in the woods, letting them sing to you, and suddenly that's going to change your whole world. Like stranger danger, definitely. But I get that they're trying to be like true love is like whatever, and it's just the greatest thing of all time. But even that, they didn't even really hit on that in this movie. Like if true love was really the theme, you missed that mark too, because the object of your desire is a lying, scheming, nasty, sarcastic, sold her soul to the devil wench who is willing to sell you out and get you killed so she could get out from underneath the thumb of Hades. And then she's like,
did they ever?
Oops, I shouldn't have lied to you. Can you save my life, please? That is not even a good story. She's not even worthy of your love. She didn't do anything great. She sucks.
Did they say why'd she make the deal with Hades?
Yes.
I don't remember if they did.
She fell in love. It was because of true love. She was in love with a man. And she wanted him to be hers forever. So she sold her soul to Hades so that he would make him fall in love with her. And they would be together forever. And then he ran off and left her for some hoes. Some big old hussies. And she got her heart broken and ended up being this slave to the devil forever. So, you know what? You'd think that she is not exactly the person that you should be chasing and giving up your immortality for. I'm just saying.
Word.
You've been working for your 18 years on this earth to get back up to Olympus.
He's only like 18.
He's a baby.
That's right.
Yeah, he's a baby. You've been working 18 years to get back up to Olympus to your mommy and daddy who abandoned you, didn't give a fuck that you were stolen. I left you to deal with your shit on your own. You abandoned your earthly parents because they didn't even really like you because you were too clumsy and you embarrassed them.
Mm-hmm.
You gave up all of that for her? For her? Really? Her?
Dumbass.
Oh, come on, man. I can't. I do like the way that they draw his calves, though. They do. Yeah. He has like triangle shaped calves. If you look at his calves, especially when he's younger, they look like this.
Oh, my calves
like,
are.
His leg is here, and this is his calf. It's a triangle. Check it out. Look it up. It's a real thing.
Okay.
Triangle calves.
Hercules calves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Good to know.
Acute angled calves.
Is that like the V to the dick?
Yes. Totally what I was comparing it to.
Same 100%.
Thing? Exactly where my mind was.
Knew
Just
it.
thought it was a cool drawing thing. They were like, this is what a calf muscle looks like.
I like it.
Oh my God. Folks, he's yawning. I think it's time to end this podcast. I have bored him. I've bored myself.
No.
Hercules sucks. End of story. This movie sucks. If you haven't watched it, watch it just so you can say you can watch it and then forget about it because it sucks. Sorry to all you people out there who love it, but it is not a good movie.
If you like it, argue with us in the comments.
Please tell me why you think it's good because I would love to hear why you're stupid.
Yeah, I am always open to enjoy hearing different perspectives on things.
Right.
Like,
you can tell me
because sometimes people point out things that I didn't realize, and it can change my perspective and make me enjoy things more. Like that's happened. That is
how I'm also treating you with Moulin Rouge because you are too dumb to see how great it is. I'm just showing you the error of your ways.
I did text you the Broadway Moulin Rouge soundtrack I have listened to, and I enjoy that. It is also drastically different than the movie. It's a little more tonally consistent. Except I don't like their version of the pitch song, Spectacular. It's a lot more toned down and mellow. And that one I do enjoy the over-the-top aspects of.
You see, folks, this argument has continued through multiple episodes. because this episode is about
So
Hercules.
exciting.
And we're still talking about how we disagree about Moulin Rouge. So that's how this is.
Yeah.
I think we pretty much covered Hercules. How do you feel?
Yeah, I think so.
I have nothing else
My
to say on
final
it.
thoughts on Hercules. Saying fuck it a lot.
Is it just
one of my new coworkers got us all
just say fuck
it bucket? It said fuck it.
It sounded like it would say just say fuck it. Just say fuck it.
It says something different every time you hit it.
Fuck it. I bet a bear would.
Wow.
So, one of my new coworkers got these for everyone on the team. I work from home now, so that's why I have a different setup. I got myself a fancy chair, a fancy desk, and all that stuff. So now I'm not posted up on a little foldable table by the couch.
Not that any of us could see that, but sure. Great. Cool.
Yeah. Well, now I get to rotate. I did look into, just because I'm excessive and do stupid shit, a pop-up green screen to put behind me. And then I'm like, what the fuck would I project and put on that? That'd be stupid as shit.
Scenes from the terrible movie Hercules. You can put it playing in the background while you're talking. When you would bring up certain scenes, you can play that scene behind you. So you'd be like, see? That's so stupid.
Yeah. So my final thoughts wrap it up. I like Go the Distance, Panic and Pain, and not much else from this movie. Really?
My
Your final thoughts?
Waste of my time. Never going to watch it again. Nothing about it that I really like except for Hades' hair. That's about it.
And it's not memorable.
At all.
It's just not. Like,
Sorry about it.
No idea what movie we'll do next.
Tune in. You'll find out.
We're going into, it'll be our December episode. There is a new, it looks like it's a musical with Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds. That's going to be an Apple TV Plus movie called Spirited. That's like a Christmas tale.
I will be watching that.
Not a Christmas tale. A Christmas Carol style thing. And it looks like it's might be a musical from the trailer. So maybe we'll discuss that depending on when it comes out and when we can record. We'll see. We'll discuss it. We'll post it on our socials. Go follow us on Twitter. We have 8 followers. I don't post like at all, so it's not like I'm going to be flooding your timeline. I think I'm going to be banning
Twitter, to be honest.
Boost
now
our
that
numbers.
Elon's taken over.
And that's fair.
I think I'm going to go bye-bye to Twitter, so yeah.
But we can make our account verified. It'll only cost $8 a month.
It's $20 a month.
No, he came out and said today it's $8, not $20.
Oh boy, what a sweetheart!
I'm sure that won't change at all.
I don't want to get into Elon. We'll be here all night.
But
yeah, no, find us on all the
Twitter,
socials.
We were the director from Crazy Rich Asians and In the Heights, and who is directing the Wicked movie, replied to one of our tweets, John M. Chu, about the Fierro casting in the Wicked movie. To reply to it. So
nice.
Yeah. Which means his intern replied to it for us. So
his intern.
So we have that. But yeah, mainly Instagram is what I post on most, what we post on most. And even that is hit or miss. Sorry, we're not more active on there. I started a new job within the past month, and so been adjusting to that. Life has been crazy for both of us. And so we're sorry we don't post more. We're doing it for you because we know you've got so much going on in your lives, and we respect our downers. Let's boost those numbers up.
Help us out, folks.
Let's throw some engagement on there. If you've commented on our videos, most of the time we'll interact with you if we see it and our life isn't a shit show.
Also, we're always open to other suggestions because we have an ongoing list. But if there's something in particular you want to see or hear us talk about, or you want to join in the conversation, let us know. Maybe we'll get some guests on this show at times. So if you feel like you feel really strongly about a certain one's your favorite or one's the worst thing you've ever seen, let us know. Maybe we'll let you on the show.
Yeah. We do have a potential guest lined up for Greece too.
We do. Shout out Patty
G. Yeah.
All right, guys.
Um,
Let's wrap it up.
I'll let you do the sign off this time, Rayleigh. I always do it, and it sounds dirtier. So you
That's
put
the
your
point,
dirty
Matt.
spin on it. You put your dirty little spin on it. Oh, fuck, I hate that I just did that.
Okay.
But
Anyway, thanks for
that
tuning
might
in.
not
Thanks
make it
for
through the cut.
listening. Let us know what you think about the episode. Let us know what we should do in an upcoming episode. And tune in next time. Make sure you go down once more. Peace.